What's up, techies? I've had the Galaxy S7 Edge for about 48 hours now, and it's time to give you my first impressions. First of all, I'm really impressed with the promotions that Samsung is doing this time around. I bought my phone through Verizon and I took advantage of the promotion to get the free Gear S2 smartwatch. I'm not positive if I'm going to keep the Gear S2 or just stick with my LG Urbane watch, because the Urbane watch is actually a pretty good one. It runs Android Wear. I've been pretty happy with it. But if I were to sell the Gear S2, I could really just kind of offset the cost of the phone and kind of be the better decision. So that's probably what I'm going to go for. Let me know in the comments of what you would do, or if you thought that the VR headset was a better promotion. Either way, I'm really happy that they did these promotions. Even Best Buy, you could have got a VR headset plus an SD card, which is awesome that they added that back to this phone. The Galaxy S7 Edge has been a really good experience so far for the first 48 hours that I've had it. I'm pleased with the overall design of it, as far as like being premium quality and all that kind of stuff. I've enjoyed the curved glass, even on the back. It just adds this nice premium quality to it. I've enjoyed the metal framework. It's just an overall really good build. With that said though, I still have some hesitancy to even liking having a glass back. I just have that kind of thing in the back of my head that at some point, if this were to drop, the back would just get screwed, and I'm just like, hey, I just wish they didn't have it at that point. But, you know, I haven't had that problem. I had the Note 5, I didn't break it. So maybe I'll have the same luck that I had with the Note 5 with the Galaxy S7 Edge. Other physical attributes that I've really liked about this is that, one, you get the SD card slot again. That's a really big plus in my opinion. I've enjoyed the call quality that the speaker puts out. It's been really nice and clear. I've been able to hear my conversations really well. Samsung has always done a pretty good job in this department. As far as the other speaker goes, it's got some pretty good sound quality to it. I don't judge on like if it's got good sound effects as far as, you know, special effects in movies or video clips. That's not how I typically enjoy hearing the sound that comes out of a phone. I typically just use it for, you know, YouTube videos that are talking, speech, and things like that. That doesn't really require a lot of nice high definition quality for special effects or anything like that. With that said though, when I'm playing a game like Marvel Champions, I tend to accidentally put my finger over the speaker, and you can hear just how much that covers it up. Like, it almost mutes it completely. So I have to get used to not holding it right there, kind of come down, or cut my hand a little bit as I'm playing the game. When you're used to having the front-facing speakers like on the Nexus 6P that I've been using for the last few months, it really just does kind of add this different appreciation for those front-facing speakers. Maybe someday we'll see that in a Samsung phone, but for now I'll have to deal. Other things, like as far as just using the phone, the fingerprint sensor is really accurate. It works really fast. I like it. It's worked pretty much every time. I'm one of the few that actually likes having the fingerprint scanner on the home button. I actually haven't found myself reaching for the area that it would be if it was like on the Nexus 6P. While there are some pros about this placement, I just tend to kind of prefer to have it on the home button. But that's me, that's my preference. I'm sure most of you will be pretty curious about what the battery life has been like. This has been my battery for today. I'm at 29% and I've had it on for over 12 hours. I took it off the charger about 7 o'clock in the morning this morning, and for the most part it's been the Android system that has been the culprit for battery drain. And then on top of that with the Android OS. And then the screen, which is actually pretty interesting to me. Usually it's the screen that's on top. So there's something that's messing with the battery life as far as this goes. So the screen on time here you can see is almost at 3 hours. I still got 29% left. I can get definitely some more screen on time if I wanted to, and also some more battery life. I am not disappointed with the battery life with this phone so far at all, especially compared to the Galaxy S6 of last year. The S6 was horrible, the worst battery life that I've experienced ever since the Thunderbolt. That's pretty bad. The first day I got similar battery life when it was on a full charge. Yesterday was good, today has been really good as well. I'm happy with the battery life. This 3600 milliamp hour battery is doing really well. I've got no complaints about the battery life at all. If you head over to my Instagram account at BaneTech, you'll see a screenshot that I posted about yesterday's stats. And this really does kind of show you exactly what I do on a regular basis, especially through the weekday. As soon as I take it off the charger, I'm using it for social media, catching up on news, and then I started getting into some emails and things like that. During the day, I'm downloading apps or updating apps. All of this on 4G LTE. I'm not using any Wi-Fi. I hardly ever use Wi-Fi. If I am on Wi-Fi, it's because I'm Chromecasting to my TV. And that's what I did to watch a couple previews to the Captain America preview that just came out. Really awesome preview, by the way. For the most part, I leave my phone at full brightness, and I was able to still get some really good screen on time and some good battery life. Needless to say, the battery life is really good on this phone so far. For the last half of the day, I've put it on auto brightness just to try to see if it make a difference or not. If it doesn't make a difference, I'm not going to worry about it. But at the same time, when you do put on auto, you get the nice little sun ray boost kind of stuff when you're outside. Anyways, that's how I'm using the phone. That's how I'm using the brightness, what I'm doing during the day. Of course, I can't talk about the phone without talking about the camera. Now, I haven't done too much yet with the camera. This weekend I have more plans. I'm doing some more outings and so forth. So I'm going to play around with the camera a lot more, but just to kind of give you a quick video demonstration of just how good this thing is, it's really good. First of all, I really love the double tap the home button to get to the camera. It launches pretty fast. You got your subject, it focuses really fast, and you can just snap the picture and you're going to get a nice detail. Now, like with my little creative shots, I like to kind of get closer, tap the focus, and then take the picture. I'll upload these to social medias, definitely to Instagram, so you definitely want to follow that account at BaneTech. You want to follow me on Instagram because I'm actually posting a lot of behind the scenes stuff anyways. The main thing I've been impressed with the camera so far is how quick it focuses. I mean, Samsung already has a good reputation in the camera department, and they still are getting better, and I love that. I haven't messed with the settings too much. I've pretty much left them on default. I'm not recording in 4K. I leave it on 1080p just because for normal videos, if I'm just taking videos of my kids and stuff, that's what I'm going to use. But it's really easy to start recording. You just hit that button and then you're good to go. And I really love that you can tap the focus while recording because that really just helps you kind of hone in on what you want focused. It's really cool stuff. Shout out to my friend Bill. He's been picking my brain about if he should get a Galaxy S7 or 7 Edge or keep his Turbo 2. So that's been fun to kind of go through that. I'll give you the same advice that I gave him. I think it's worth getting the Edge, not for the Edge technology, not for this little slide over here to where you can get some nice little previews or shortcuts or whatnot. I mean, that's cool, that's fun. The reason why I got the Edge over the normal S7 is because of the bigger screen and the bigger battery. To me, those were worth the upgrade. Before I shot this video, I went on to Periscope asking some people some questions about what they wanted me to say in this video, and one of those questions was the apps that I use on the phone. I can just briefly go over that real quick. My go-to is one, it's going to preload what I had before. You have the two options like I showed in the unboxing and setup video. You can do the NFC bump to where it loads your accounts and loads your apps and all that kind of stuff for you, or you can load from a previous date that the Google backup has done. Either way, it's pretty much going to load all the same apps every single time. I don't really change the apps that I use on a regular basis. For one, I'm using Nova Launcher Prime, and this is how I have it set up. I got 3 pages down at the bottom with the most used apps that I use. Of course, I got my phone, text, Hangouts, and camera. Then I have my social media folders, and I use the stock Twitter app, pretty much stock everything as far as social media goes. I don't use any third party anymore. I've got my Google folder, and then I got some music and media kind of stuff. I got my Fox-Fi hotspot, and those are my most used apps. And I'll just kind of briefly show you my app drawer so you can see all the other apps that I'm using. Other ones that I'm going to use on a regular basis is going to be Amazon, AdSense, any kind of stats kind of stuff, or if I'm checking prices. Android Pay, definitely using that now. The game that I've been kind of using the most right now is the Marvel Champions. Before that, I was playing some Star Wars, and it just kind of goes through phases. I kind of get bored of one game and I'll move on to the next. Craigslist, always checking for deals. FedEx, always checking for packages. So on and so forth. And then another favorite app that I use all the time is the YouTube Studio. It's a great way to be able to reply to any comments that are made. So if you want to leave a comment on this video, that's the app I'm going to use to reply to your comment. Then of course WordPress to check my stats and stuff with my website. But that's just a general overview of what I use as far as apps go. I have one page, I don't use anything else but a clock widget and then the bottom drawers. I will say this, that I did change the theme. I went to a different theme than what you get on the stock S7 Edge. There's the default, but I went to this marshmallow one, And it's a more of a closer to stock Android kind of look, so I like that. I like that you can add that on the S7. That's something that they started doing last year. I'm really hoping that one of my favorite themers, Samer Zaire, will add some of his themes to the S7 Edge, so that way I can take advantage of those. He did some really good work. I used the dark stock Android one that he made, and it was really nice. That's interesting. Google Store is on Periscope. I didn't know that. Let's check that out real quick. I do use Periscope a lot. Oh my goodness. God, that was loud. Give some hearts to Google, right? What are they talking about? Google Store Claw Live. Huh. Well, that's interesting. Oh, okay. Well, you can hear what the sound quality's like real quick.
Balls below the claw. Ooh, it's getting shaky. Oh my goodness. And we are moving.
It's really not too bad. It's really not bad at all. I'm not going to complain about it. So just to briefly go over some of my complaints about the phone is that it's a fingerprint magnet. The only way that you're going to get away from that is to put a skin on it or put a case on it. Plenty of case videos coming, by the way. You're going to want to subscribe to see those. I just put one out with OtterBox. Check that video out when you get a chance. The other thing I can't stand, and let's see if I can duplicate the problem. I got to reboot it. There's this notification that pops up saying that you have an SD card in there and you can either explore it or eject it. And it's like, I don't mind seeing it on the first boot, like, that's fine. Like when you first put it in or something like that. Or even when you reboot your phone. But I will get that notification throughout the day. And that is so stinking annoying. It's like, I know I got an SD card in there. If I want to access it, I'll go to that file manager and do what I want to do with it. But I don't need that constant reminder that just keeps on popping up. That's been probably one of the most annoying things about the phone so far, and hopefully in a software update it'll fix that problem. And here's that notification. It's right here. It says SD card for transferring files. It brings you to the file manager to do whatever with, but what's annoying is that it sticks. It doesn't go away. See, like as soon as I access that, as soon as I selected it, it should go away. Now let me swipe it away. Let me turn this off and see if it comes on. I guarantee you, like in about 10 minutes, it'll be there again. It's gone right now, but it's like a little pecker that just won't go away. But that's really all that I have to complain about this phone so far. It's really kind of pretty much just minor stuff. Nothing that's a deal breaker by far or any means. I know some people, they're like, oh, it doesn't have USB-C, but I'm like, if it has fast or quick charging, that's what I mainly care about. I mean, there's tons to cover about this phone. It's ridiculous the amount of stuff that you can do with it. So many settings, so much stuff that you can do with it. I'll have to make more videos about it, and definitely with the full review, I'll go over some more details about this phone and my experience with it. See, I told you it would show up. By the time I move from my camera to my desk to my other spots I'm recording this area, it has already shown back up. What I'll have to do the next time is actually just kind of long press it and then see if I can get rid of it that way. That's one of the little tricks that you can do in Android 6.0, so at least there's a fix about it. That's been my first 48 hours with the Galaxy S7 Edge. It's been a good experience so far. I'm really looking forward to putting out more content to show you guys my experiences with this device. It's been a good one, and I can't wait to show you some more. With that said, definitely subscribe to the channel if you haven't already so you can see those videos when they do come out. If you have any questions about this device, leave a comment down below. You can shoot me a tweet on Twitter, go to Instagram, or anything like that. Just reach out to me. I'll try to answer those questions to the best of my ability. Stay tuned for my full review coming out really soon. I'll have more videos about the Galaxy S7 Edge coming out really soon, including this case review for the VRS design. It's a good case, nice button presses, all that kind of stuff. I'll give you more details in that video coming out really soon. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and until then, stay techie.